Welcome to Level Up with Sophie. Today let's talk about something that almost every working person in Australia has, but very few truly understand. That is superannuation, and this is especially true for migrants. When you're new to Australia, you focus on settling in, working hard, supporting family, and adjusting to a new system. Super is there in the background, but no one really sits down and explains how it works in a simple and practical way. So most people just ignore it and think that's for later. But the truth is, your superannuation is already shaping your future right now, whether you understand it or not. If you leave it unchecked for too long, you could be missing out on thousands or even hundreds of thousands over time. Let's break it down simply. Superannuation is money your employer is required to put aside for your retirement. Every time you get paid, a percentage of your salary, currently around 12% in 2026, goes into your super fund. You don't see it in your bank account, so it's easy to forget, but it's there, building quietly while you're focusing on your daily life. Now, here's the part many migrants don't realize. That money is not just sitting there. Your super is actually invested into things like shares and other assets, so it can grow over time. That is where compounding comes in. Your money earns returns, and then those returns earn more returns. Over many years, this can make a very big difference. But this only works well if your super is set up properly. Where many people lose opportunities, most people are placed into a default investment option where their super account is created. It's convenient, but not always the best option. Some options are too conservative, so your money grows slowly. Others have higher fees, which quietly reduce your balance every year. You won't notice it day to day, but over 20 or 30 years, the difference can be huge. That's why it's important not just to have super, but to understand how it's working for you. Another common situation for migrants, many migrants change jobs in the early years. And every time you start a new job, if you don't give your existing super details, a new account may be created. Over time, you might end up with multiple super accounts. Each account charges its own fees. And those fees add up. They keep taking money from your balance every year. It might seem small now, but over time it can significantly reduce your retirement savings. That's why one of the simplest and most important steps is to combine your super into one account. Let's be honest about retirement. A lot of migrants assume that superannuation together with government support like Centrelink will be enough. But in reality, that usually only covers basic living. It's a safety net, not a comfortable lifestyle. After working hard for most of your life, just getting by is not what most people want. That's why super should be seen as your foundation, but not your only plan. Now, here's something very important and often missed. You can add extra money into your super, and when you do, there is a big advantage. In Australia, extra contributions into your super are generally taxed at 15%, which is often lower than your normal income tax rate. So instead of paying a higher tax on your salary, part of your money goes into your super and is taxed less. So you are doing two things at once, building your retirement and reducing your tax. This is one of the biggest advantages of the super system, and many migrants miss it simply because no one explains it clearly. So what should you do starting today? Keep it simple. First, check your super. Know which one you're with, how much you have, and how your money is invested. Second, make sure you only have one account. If you find multiple, combine them to avoid unnecessary fees. Third, look at your investment option. If you still have many working years ahead, a growth option may help your money grow more over time. And fourth, if you can, start adding a little extra regularly. Even small contributions can make a big difference, not just because of compounding, but also because of the tax advantage. Many migrants work incredibly hard every day, but they often miss this one system that is quietly working alongside them. Not because they don't care, but because they were never taught how it works. Now you understand it, so take a little time, check it, adjust it, and use it properly. Because one day, when you decide to slow down, when your body asks for rest, this will be one of the things supporting you. And it's always better to build it early, step by step, than to look back later and wish you had paid attention sooner. Thanks for watching. Keep learning, keep improving, and keep building your future one step at a time.